Now everybody should know by now that when you say Fox News in America, that you're talking about right-wing wackos. Fox News was intentionally created to be right-wing, for right-wing nuts. Propaganda for the Republican Party. Now, in the plethora of, media, news and whatnot, it's okay to have a broad base of information, right? It's freedom of speech. We get this news thing. The key here is to understand that when somebody says, oh, they got it from Fox News, they heard it from Fox News, then you know that it's talking about right-wing wackos. That's their viewpoint. And that's okay. As long as you're quite aware in the public that what you're getting is news slanted intentionally for the right-wing nuts. You can have equally across the spectrum. You can have very progressive TV stations, news sources too as well. But then you just understand where you're getting your information, what it's coming from, who are these people, what are they standing for, what's their background. Fox News was created by Roger Ailes, and he was a crony, a friend of the criminal Nixon. Yeah, Republican Nixon. And Roger Ailes, a right-wing nut himself, intentionally created Fox News to be right-wing wacko information. Took that slant. So as long as you get it and the public understands and quite well aware that you're saying Fox News, then you're saying right-wing nuts, Republicans. Okay, see? Then you kind of say, well, okay, they heard it and they said they got it on Fox News. Well, then you know. You can't have people, and of course, recently here, like the racist Trump. I mean, he's just saying the only one he wants to talk to is Fox News. The only, and everybody else is fake news. Well, of course he does. Because he's a right-wing nut himself, right? He's a right-wing racist idiot himself. So, of course, he's just talking to his own group right there who are going to give him some leeway to say his view and help him along. They're not going to chastise him, analyze him, look and investigate what he actually does. Which is more what you have news sources for, is to have independent investigation of what's going on, where is your money being spent, your tax money, where's it really going, what are the policies that are doing, what have these people done with your money, and what direction are they taking your constitutional rights, right? So you want to know. Well, of course, Republicans, they don't want you to know that stuff. They haven't wanted you to know that stuff since criminal Nixon. Look at your history. It was Nixon who this, amazingly vast, sick, criminal person who got tired of getting all these exposés showing that he was a fraud, that he was illegally doing stuff in Vietnam, that that the Pentagon itself, remember the Pentagon Papers? That the Pentagon actually did its own study and knew that the Vietnam War was completely unwinnable, wrong way to go, since the early 60s. 1960s. And yet everybody was trumpeting it along to keep going. Keep it going. Oh yeah, there's light at the end of the tunnel. Lying to you. Causing your sons and your daughters to get killed and maimed for that policy. Well, Nixon didn't like that. Here's the news media finding out the lies, pointing it out. So Nixon had his vice president, Spiro Agnew, start blasting the media, claiming that it had a liberal bias. Right from there, look at your history. There it goes. It had a liberal bias. It was not, oh, you can't trust it. Oh, yeah. Well, of course not, to a right-wing wacko. Oh, and by the way, Spiro Agnew was a criminal himself and had to resign the vice presidency. See how these Republicans are? They can't stand the light of day because of their criminality. So, of course, they don't want news media. They don't want an independent news source looking around, presenting information to you of what's going on. And over time, that just kept going from Nixon, Reagan, Bush Sr., the vast criminality of Bush Cheney. And here it gets to the kind of the peak, maybe the peak, with Trump, who then just says, oh, it's fake news. Unless you hear it on Fox, then it's everything else is just fake news, right? Because they can't stand investigation. Look how criminal Trump is. So of course he's going to say, well, that didn't happen. That's just fake news. And you got to laugh at how obvious that whole Republican scam is. Fox News, you should know, be well aware that when somebody says, well, I heard it on Fox News, or that's what Fox News is, well, then you just know. That's right-wing wacko Republican crap. That's their slant. That's their deceptive angle there.